Hello, this video will be a quick introduction to Discovery Education and some of the resources that you can use as a teacher to help you get started. There are two ways that we can explore with Discovery Education. The first way is going to be less teacher customization, and then a second way would be more teacher customization. I'm going to show really the basic information and how to use Discovery Education so you can get started quickly, and then you can explore uh, more customization if you would like. Go to the discoveryeducation.com website. This will be the same website that teachers use to log in to get to their resources, and that your learners would log in to use their resources in the future. Your login for the sample period will be tx underscore Coppell underscore T, and the password will be Texas. This will be a login for teachers to get to the teacher resources. This automatically comes up to Texas 5th grade for me because I'm a 5th grade teacher. If this screen doesn't come up, simply go to the Science Textbook tab and click Science Textbook. This will come up. If you are not a 5th grade teacher or another teacher has logged in and used it, you can simply quickly change to the grade level you'd like. For instance, this is quickly changing to the 3rd grade. This would be the 3rd grade teacher's content. I'm going to go back to 5th grade for this demonstration. The things you see here, all these different tabs are going to be for units that would be like units in a regular classic textbook. What we're viewing here is called the course view, and if I click here on matters and energy, I see the different types of content and concepts that I could use to cover and help my learners. I could also click table of contents, and it would give you a classic table of contents view that you would see in a normal front of a textbook. I'm going to go back to course view. Let's go with, I'll click the view unit here. Under view unit, some of the things that really help out with some new teachers are things like the 5-minute prep and something that I'll show you called background knowledge. The 5-minute prep allows you to launch a PowerPoint that will uh, quickly get you up to speed on some of the concepts and give you some background knowledge on the reviewing matter, or if it's something more advanced that's at a 5th grade level, it would be 5-minute prep, and there would be a PowerPoint launch that would review concepts of mixtures. For the teachers, once we click the content that we want to work on with our learners, they have some different questions here that you can use, or you can use the ones that the district has provided. These are going to be the TEKS, but for the most part, what I'd like to show you is going to view model lesson. This will be the teacher view that you receive. And once we're in the model lesson, this is really where you'll have lesson planning, and there'll be some resources for the teachers to use. Obviously, the standards here, an overview of what you should be able to work on with your students, including vocabulary, how they want to lay out the lesson. One thing that is important to note is that a model lesson is not one day. What they call a model lesson is just how they organize all their lessons from mixtures and solutions. I can show you here where it says session 1 and 2, and they often call session 1 and 2 almost like days that you would organize those. So they're assuming you might need 1 or 2 days to work on that. Another really powerful tool is for teachers is teacher preparation, just more background knowledge, just to make sure that some of our teachers who are new to science or that need a little more background knowledge to make them comfortable can feel comfortable when they work with their students. If I click session 1, 2, they have here using the 5E model that we use for science. They walk us through uh, some resources to use to engage the learners. Then they come down and they walk us through some resources with the explore stage. And it's important right here to note that under the explore stage, they allow you to go 2 directions with a directed inquiry or a guided inquiry. And you can choose what's best for your learners. What will be difficult will be the guided inquiry with the sample pack, because not all learners will have their own login. But if this resource is adopted, then every learner will have their own login, and it'll be much easier. Then we finish up with an explain, and they talk about how you could finish and have your students explain. Each one of these links in the model lessons are highlighted as blue, and I will bring you back to the top. So they're saying here that if we were going to explore more with physical changes in matter, there is a link that you could show a video to your learners, and that would lead you to discussion. And that's really quickly and easily the model lessons that you can go through. I'm now going to show you just some other features that you can explore with that will make using Discovery Education user-friendly for you. If you click on Engage, this is the view that you get and also the view that the learners will get. And these are just resources to engage your learners into the topic. So there's lots of videos here, and you'll notice that each video is very short and to the point. There are some interactions here. I will pull one of these up. These are mostly smartboard friendly. It says mixtures. And you can either have the board read it, and this would be if the students were using it on their own, or you could do it as a whole group.
Water from the sea is salty to taste. Salt water evaporates and forms clouds.
So this is just select two substances that will make a mixture. So I'll pick iron filings and salt. And there's a small explanation. I can click reset, and I can do all of these different ones. And then it would be up here. There are some resources that the teachers could use for guided questions or as a worksheet that the kids could use if they weren't using anything in their notebook. These will be easily printable. Just to show you the end result of this here. Then this would be separating, and now we would be creating a mixture and finding a way to separate them. Back up here at the top, you could continue to explore, and these are the resources that the kids would see also. There's something called more resources. If you see that, it just gives you several more resources, just like a research tool would give. This happens to be an ebook that the kids could listen to. a reading passage. This is the ebook to the reading passage. Um, Another one here, same thing here. Go back. These, the question tab is focusing on the questions that are the essential questions. Additional videos. Finally, I would continue with explaining, maybe more resources there, elaborate, and then finally the evaluate button. Um, they have a way to assess the students, and Discover Education has uh, included multiple choice assessments and brief constructive response assessments. If I ever get confused or lost where I'm at, I can simply click here, go back to my tech book. If you are another grade level, you could pick a different grade level. I'll show you one last thing that's a little more advanced. When I go to classroom management and I go to my students, if you like for your students in your classroom to use this, you can allow them to use this username, and it's Coppell Learner, and then the password is Coppell, and this will take them to a view that looks like this, and they can go science tech book, pick what subject they would like to work in, and you can have them, instead of doing a direct lesson on the board, allow them to go to mixtures and solutions, and then they would explore and work on using the resources to take notes or to formulate questions or to make connections with. There are several other advanced things that we're not going to show you today, just to give you a chance. Uh, if you're looking for some more advanced things, feel free to explore. The one advanced thing that we are not able to do is really assign learners work, just because there's only one learner here. If you had your own classroom, you would be able to go in, and if I was going to do changing this in landforms, I would be able to pick uh, things I would assign the students in my classroom, and so I would have them a more directed uh, guided inquiry. But like I said, for this portion, because it's just a sample, there's only one student, um, we're not really able to assign that one student assignments. Thank you for your time.